Hello everyone, Eva here. Look at me crafting. Well, not quite. We're not quite to crafting, but we are to me starting doing this project. Now this is a project I talked about in the last video that I wanted to do. And as I told you there, the first thing I want to do is make the box. And then we're going to go into making a journal. And I have words here that are going to go in the journal that tell a bit of a story. They may go into the journal, they may go into the journal, or they may go into a smaller booklet or journal, or into cards, something like that. I may cut them and paste them onto cards. It depends on how I'm feeling at the time and when I get to that point, what I want to do with it. If it becomes a little book, then I will put it into, I'll wrap it somehow, make it look really cool. It might become a folio, in which case I'll do the same thing, wrap it, make it look nice, and it'll just set in the box with the journal. The journal I'm going to make is not going to be a very big one. It's going to be a one signature, fairly thick signature, but only one signature in it. And that way, you can, if it's yours, you could write in it. You can decorate it yourself. I won't be doing a lot of decorating in the journal because I feel that whoever has a journal, the decorating comes when you're going to use the page. At least that's what it is for me. I don't sort of pre-think my whole journal out and do all the decorating. I make a journal and then every page. If I'm doing it as a diary type, then each page has a date on it, and I may paste pictures. Or when I'm making a journal, I like to, if it's a date journal, then I will write the date in, and then if I want to glue something in, I'll glue something. If I think I want a pocket, if I'd rather write on a card, then I'll take a card and I'll write whatever it is I want and tuck it in. That kind of thing. I do my journals as I go. I don't do my journals at the beginning and then look through them. I tend to be, it's something for me, it's a record of whatever it is I feel like doing. So if I'm doing a glue journal, for instance, which is a journal you glue things into, that's what it is, then I'm gluing things in on a more or less regular basis until the journal is full. But I do it one page at a time. This page might be a double page. I might do a double page like a spread and do something with gluing into that and make a picture or whatever. Another page I might turn around and it's not going to be all about gluing. It's going to be a little bit about paint. So I might add some paint first and then do some gluing. In an art journal, I do the same thing. It's page by page. It's not do it all at once. And I think that's how most people utilize a journal. So, that's what this journal is going to be. It's going to be a journal. I put it together. If there are pockets made for it, they will have their own little area that they get put into, an envelope perhaps, something like that they get put into for use. So if later on I look and I say, that's a page I'd like to have a pocket on, I can pull a pocket out, put it in there, or an envelope, or whatever we pre-make. Anyway, that's kind of the idea of this. It's going to be a project that goes for a while. I can't tell you how many times it's going to be done in a series, but there is going to be a bit of a series. This box is going to be the first. Now, I thought I was going to be able to put the box together. Not going to happen until after we get the printer, because when I was printing the box, I did not pay attention to the fact that this one piece I need two of, and I don't have two. And this is the side piece, so it's kind of important. So I have to wait, and then I can have two pieces. And it's the same top and bottom. Now this is a box this is actually the top of the box. And so this is a box that is made with a flat top. Now I've left the label on so that I know this is the top of the box, and the other one has the bottom of the box on. But it has a top, then it has an end and an end, Okay, now these end pieces go this way and they fold. This is going to be scored and folded. This will score and fold inside. So it reinforces this part. This is actually the depth of the lid. And sorry, you can see that it's the same. These two are identical. They were just printed on one sheet. So then I knew that I needed them. Anyway, yeah, so I cannot put the box together in one piece. But I can walk you through what my ideas are at this point. So I'm going to set the sides and ends aside. And I want to get on to pretend the box lid is done. When I'm doing a box and I want to decorate a box, especially a box like this, this is a really, really easy box to decorate. Because you take your box, you take your lid, you take your paper, whatever it is you want to decorate, you set it where you want to on the page, you draw a line. If you don't want it there and you want it in the middle somehow, because you might have a pattern in the middle that you really like, that pattern, that's fine. Set your box where you want it, hold it in place. If you need to, put little tiny pieces of tape on either corner, and then hold it in place. Draw your lines around it. Use a ruler if you need to, or just draw around it, and then cut that out. This is what I want on the top of my box, but I don't want it exactly just glued on like this. I want this underneath, and I see it being as this corner because of this bit of green down here and the blue up there. So what I want is, the green actually doesn't matter. It's going to be basically covered up, so it really doesn't matter. But I don't really want this green up the top too much, and it will show by the time I'm done. So what I want to do is I want this. This is actually wider. If you look, sorry, you're going to see my sort of thinking process right now. So this is actually wider than the lid top. Okay, so I know it's going to have to be cut off somewhere. And I'm looking at the side here and I'm thinking, well, it's already cut here, right? So I'm just going to continue the cut. Now you could tell it's not a huge cut. It's maybe a ½ inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch. I don't have a ruler handy, so I can't tell you the exact. Whatever, it's that much. So I would draw kind of a mark here, mark there, whatever, draw a line. And I might even do it on the other side. So I know that it's this side that needs to be cut, you see? Flip it over. So I line up the other edge, draw my line, and cut it. Now you can also see on this side that the picture is not as long as the box, which is why I need the extra. So, and this will also really reinforce this box. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the box, and I'm setting it in this corner because I like this corner. And I'm going to place it there, and I'm going to draw my line, and I'm going to cut that corner out. Then I'm going to take this dragon, and I'm going to cut it to size on this edge, right? It doesn't matter if it's showing here and it's not showing there and whatever. I'm going to move it up so that this will show a tiny bit on the bottom. I think I'll move it up. I'll have to test it when the time comes and see what I like best. Do I like it like that, where it looks like the river kind of just stops? Or do I like it better like this, where the sky kind of continues? Now here's the thing. If I do it down low like this, this is going to be perfect. Because what my plan is to cut around the dragon. That'll be cut off quite a bit. Cut around the dragon to a point. I want this tree. I want these mountains. I want this lower part. I don't need this clouds. I don't need all this, and I don't need this. It's all going to be here. You see? So if you can imagine it, this is going to be gone, and this is going to continue. So if you look under there, this will be the cloudy part, but it'll be a different color. This will be quite dark. This wing is going to kind of disappear into it a little bit. I don't mind that. You see, and this is the thing, is it's an individual taste thing. So, I mean, if that would bother you, cutting off the wing would bother you, do yours different. If you're not interested in dragons, find different pictures. I will be leaving in the description area, and I'll explain the description area in a second. I will be leaving links to as many of these products as I can find the links to, or telling you how to get them. Because some of them are freebies. You have to join a newsletter. You have to sign up for a newsletter. Then you will get a thing in the mail, in the email. In your email that tells you, you can get it. Now, some of them may or may not be available anymore. I'm not sure at this point. I will go and check it out, and I will put that in there as soon as I have all that information, so that you have access to it if you want it. If you're not interested in dragons, this is a template, a complete template of this size box, and this is a really nice size box. So you can get just the template and use any pattern you want, any paper, any pattern. So that's my plan for the top. The bottom, basically the same thing. I didn't print 2 of these, so we need to get a printer going again, and then I can print this, and then I can build it. But the bottom is real simple because I like this paper, and there is another sheet of this paper in my stack of papers that I can use. There's another sheet. The color is slightly different, but it would work fine as well. So all I need to do is just put this on and cut it out, and then do the side pieces. Now, when I'm doing the side piece, I'm trying to keep the top and bottoms. What am I holding on to? The bottom. And I've got my top dragon and my other thing mixed in now with the bottom. No, let's not do that. Or wait a minute. Okay, I'm really messing up now, folks. No, that's the top, that's the top, that's the top. Go over there, behave yourself. This is the bottom. Okay, so when you're doing the sides, you can pick and choose whatever. Now, what I was going to say is, this part in the middle here is the depth of your box on the bottom. That's how deep your box is. Now, that's pretty good depth, actually, for a journal. But if you wanted it bigger, that's not a problem. All you would do is measure here, cut it in half, draw a line in half, cut it in half this way. Okay? Do the same thing here, but you don't have to cut this one. You don't have to measure and cut it. And then add in how much you want in here, but do it in the middle, because you've already got your angle here and your angle here. So just add it in the middle, and it's just a straight piece that you're adding in. Don't forget it has to go to the end here, but you're folding on this line, right? So just add in a piece. On this part, just add it on the end. Just add however much you need to put your depth in. So if you want a really tall box, like one that's like that high, then you would have to add in this much, right? It doesn't have to happen on the lid. The lid is the same depth right now as this box. But if the box is double and the lid sits only on half of it, that's fine. That's actually easier to take the lid off. You can get hold of the lid and lift it. So that's an idea. And don't forget, you would need to do it on all 4, like the 2 ends and the 2 sides. You would need to do it on. But you only have to do it on the bottom. And that is a way of making your box deeper. Making it bigger around makes it more difficult, because you have to add on to your end. You have to add on to your side if you need it wider. If you only need it longer, it's whatever. But you can change the size. It's sort of like changing a pattern, like a dress pattern or a shirt pattern or something. You just have to think of, where do I need to add in, or where do I need to take away from? and then do that. So that is me talking about the box and partly talking about the project itself, the whole project. Because the whole project is going to be several things. There will be at least one folio in there. There will be an envelope of things. There will be possibly a small book, like I said, for this, but this could also be cards that get tucked into pockets. In the journal itself, maybe. In its own journal, possibly. The journal would have to be this tall. So it would have to be a little bit taller than like ATC card size. And then, so you could use ATC cards, glue these on the back as words, and tell your story that way. And have your pictures on the front telling what that, showing what the story is. This happens to be the story of a dragon turning her hoard. She's old, and she's turning her hoard into a museum for people to look at. And she becomes human. So it's an interesting story. Now, I did not write this. This is written by Giggle Glitter Graphics, and I will link to her. She does some beautiful story journals, and some of them are free. So I will link to her. She has a YouTube channel. She's very, very good. The box here is Rickety Snippets, another very, very good person who does all sorts of things. The dragons come from various places, so I will have to look those up because I don't have the names of the place on them anywhere. So I'll have to look them up and put them into the list. But there will be a list, not necessarily in the first video when I'm doing the box, but I will get it into the description as soon as I can. And if I have to, I'll go back and put it into the first video at a later date. But it won't necessarily be there the first time you see it. Okay, so I'm going to say goodbye for this time. That is about all I can do. This will be up on Friday. Today is Thursday. Tomorrow's another busy day. We have doctor's appointments for me again. Yesterday went well, by the way. Anybody who's interested in what's going on with my eye, the laser expansion of the hole went well, and I'm doing okay. That's why I have to see the doctor tomorrow, make sure everything's okay. Then I won't see him until August 20th. So then I will be able to be doing more, hopefully more videos and things. And try to get ahead a little bit. I like to get ahead rather than always being behind. So you take care of yourselves, and I will get this up this afternoon if I can. Gary's got to do some editing on it. We're using the overhead camera again. You should see the way that we've got it set up in here. It's very strange. But anyway, here we are. We work with what we've got, and this is what we've got right now. When I come back, I will probably have a glue mat here so that I don't get the table all gluey. And I'll have my glue, and hopefully I'll have found my scoreboard. I know it's here. I've seen it. And I'll be able to score these things and have printed off the other one and things like that. So hopefully. If there isn't a video on Tuesday, it's because we haven't received the print head yet. So I may or may not be able to be back on Tuesday. If I can't, please forgive me. It's just the way things are. We're expecting the print head to come into town. We ordered it through a company in Calgary so that it would get here better, and it's coming from Canon. So it's going to cost us a little bit more because we have to pay for shipping and all that. But at least we know that it's a Canon product. It'll fit and work in our machine. And hopefully it solves the issues and we don't end up with ink everywhere anymore. And yeah, so we're going to have to wait until it gets here. They're going to phone us when it's in, and we'll go get it, and then we'll be able to print again, hopefully. We'll let you know how it goes once the print head is in, but I may even miss the week if it doesn't come in properly. So we're going to try and be here on Monday, but I think I said Tuesday earlier. It's Monday. I'm going to try and be here Monday, but I don't know if I will be. So please forgive me if I can't do Monday or Wednesday even. In the meantime, I will try and prep other parts of this because it's going to be quite big and I'm going to need time for my head to get, sorted, things sorted in my head. This is what I'm doing. This is what I need to print for this and this. I'm working out of several dragon kits and printed pages and things. And they're by all different people. So I have two dragon journal kits, and I have folio kits and ephemera and all sorts of things that each have a little bit of something in them that I'm using. So I'm combining a lot of things and trying to make it work. And sometimes it will, and other times it won't. I really like if I can get JPEG files, because then I can make them work. I can expand a JPEG to fit a page, that sort of thing. But I can't always get the JPEGs. A lot of times you get a PDF file, that's all you get. And the PDFs work if you're just straight printing, or if you're just going to reduce it a bit, things like that. But they don't work real well all the time. So like if you want to print 2 to a page, and it's normally 1 to a page, it can put a big border on. It'll do all sorts of things that you don't want it to do, and then you can't figure out how not to do it. I could take it into another program I have and turn it into JPEGs. That can be tricky too, because it can actually change the way that it's going to print. So I'm trying to work with whatever I've got and make it fit together and make it work. So you take care of yourselves. If you like what you've seen today, please give my video a like. It helps me to get pushed ahead a little bit. I noticed we've been growing a tiny bit, and I'm really happy about that. People seem to be glad we're going to get back into crafting again. Hello, everybody who's new. And to all the people that have been so faithful and stuck with us through all the terror that we've lived through. Today it's pouring rain. We had issues with our generator earlier. Yeah, it's just, life just goes on. And so I'm going to go now. For sure, this time. For sure, for real. And I wish you all well. Have a very, very, very good day. Bye for this time.